You are Jesus, the Son of the living God. You are the Christ. You are the Savior, the one sent to redeem us. Brothers and sisters, on this 21st Sunday in ordinary time, I like to reflect with you on the powers of the keys given to Peter in the gospel today. The powers of the key that has also been given from Peter and his successors until the present Pope Francis. Many years ago, the Swiss theologian Hans Urs von Balthasar said that the Catholic Church, of all the other churches, has something unique that no other church on earth has. And I will add, no other religion has this unique gift that Balthasar talks about. And he says, that gift is the gift of a firm center of authority, a firm center of unity and of love. And that firm center is the papacy. It is the center of unity in what God has revealed as the truth, what we believe, the creed, the catechism, and how we live, our morals. So for Balthasar, and indeed for all Catholics, the papacy, the Pope, is the center of unity. Unity in what has to be believed for our own salvation. Unity on how we are to live for our own salvation, for the glorification of God, and for the salvation of all human beings. And we find in the gospel today the source of this gift. Jesus gave this authority to Peter. To you I give the keys to the kingdom. Whatever you bind on earth is bound in heaven. Whatever you loose here on earth is loosed in heaven. Now, this power of the keys to bind and to loose came after Peter had professed his faith in Jesus, shown that he knew clearly and truly who Jesus is. You are Jesus, the Son of the living God. You are the Christ. You are the Savior, the one sent to redeem us. Peter got it right, and Jesus says, flesh and blood did not reveal this to you. So, the gift is given for maintaining this truth, this revealed truth, that is not simply the invention of any person. It's not just some kind of consensus among scholars or theologians. The truth is a revelation. It is given to us from above. We receive it. We don't invent it. We don't create it. We receive it and we hand it on to our children, to the next generation. That's what Peter manifested today. When Jesus asked his disciples, who do you say that I am? Some say you are Elijah, some say you are Moses, some say you are Jeremiah. But it was important to the Lord, as it was then, so also today, that the church must preach the truth, must preach who Jesus is, must preach the truth about what it means to be a human being, must preach the truth about human salvation, about eternity, about what is to come. It is this true profession of the faith upon this rock. What rock? The rock of faith, true faith, the rock of true morality, morality that shapes us to become like Jesus. What we believe, what we hold dear in our hearts, and how we live. These are gifts that God has given to us. These are revelations from above. And Peter got it right. And it's upon this profession of the true faith that the authority of the papacy arises. Not on any other thing other than true faith, true morality that is received from the Lord. The second reading says, no one can comprehend the mind of God. No one. It's impossible for us, mere human beings, to know God, who God truly is. We can know God naturally with our natural mind, but supernatural knowledge, true knowledge of God, comes as a result of divine revelation. That's what Peter received because he kept company with Jesus. It's upon this truth that the rock of the church is built. The world today, like Paul said, time will come when people will no longer be content with authentic doctrine, true knowledge of God, when they will invent their own truths, even their own morality. So if you look at the world today, things are turning upside down, even in the church, because many people are no longer content with authentic doctrine. So they want to invent their own truth. And they will say, what would Jesus have done? Jesus had already done what Jesus wanted to do in revealing to us the truth about God, the way, the truth, and the life, and has given to the church the authority to maintain this teaching uncontaminated from one generation to the next. It is on that foundation of truth that the church will be built, not on any consensus, not on any invention, but rather on the truth. So we need to pray for the church in these turbulent times, that all the teachers of the faith, not just the Pope, but all bishops, priests, religious, pastoral agents throughout the world will come to this center of unity, will come to this center of love, will converge around this center of true morality and authentic truth. Otherwise, the church will become just one of the many fragmented, disparate parts of different tiny bits of one reality that do not come together into this integral, holistic, and authentic understanding and entry into the mystery of this divine revelation. And finally, it's also important for us to embrace what Jesus did. Jesus did a public opinion. He asked his disciples, who am I to you? Each and every one of us must also answer that question to Jesus. Who is Jesus for you? It's not going to be the Jesus that you invent, but it's going to be the result of a divine revelation because you open your heart like Peter, because you've kept company with Jesus, then you're able to see him truly for who he is. The same for each and every one of us. We must try as much as possible to listen like Jesus did to his disciples, to know what people think about you. I mean, these days in our churches, it's become a bit of a challenge for some people to accept this kind of feedback that can help them to get better in the ministry. And you might have people who flatter you, sycophants who tell you what you want to hear if you're a bishop or a priest. Oh, you are the great thing that ever happened. The disciples spoke to Jesus truthfully from their heart. And Jesus was able to hear them and correct them and help them to come gradually to the truth about God and about themselves. The same for each and every one of us in our ministries. We must also be open to hearing from the people what they think about us, about our ministry. And in listening, we all converge around that truth that God is revealing to us every day. May Jesus reveal his face to us again in the church so that the church can reflect truthfully the face of Jesus to the world.